Hi there, students. Our next unit is on integers, and I have a very short introduction to integers. Don't forget to write the date, time, and location that you're watching this video. Please don't attempt to do this and something else at the same time. Focused attention means faster work. So we learned, just to be clear, that when we go like this and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, that those are called counting numbers. And then when we add 0, including 0, those are called whole numbers. When you include numbers below 0, like -1, -2, -3, we call this entire set of numbers integers. So you have counting numbers, whole numbers, which include 0, integers, which include negative numbers. So integers include numbers less than 0. There are many practical applications of integers, so I'm not going to get into all the specifics about the math. We're going to do that during class time, but we're just going to do the applications. Temperature, elevation, and money. So taking a look at these Celsius degrees temperature, we're going to get the temperature of both, and you can see here if this is 0, 0 is where water freezes in the Celsius temperature. So this would be considered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 6 degrees. Above 0, or simply plus 6 degrees Celsius. This one, here's 0, and we go down 1. So we would write, because it's below 0, we would call that -1 degrees Celsius. That's 0, bunny hop. We're going 3 bunny hops below 0, so this is going to be -3 degrees Celsius. Here's 0. You want a bunny hop? And that's 5 going downward. So that's going to be -5 degrees Celsius. So it's 16 degrees Celsius in the afternoon in Yosemite, October. Notice I added the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is the measurement of temperature we typically use in the United States, although Celsius makes a lot more sense. It's a base 10, so I'm going to use Celsius throughout, 16 degrees Celsius. Overnight, it drops. That means goes down 20 degrees. So we're going to bunny hop from 16 down 20 degrees. So we have here, that's going to be 16, and you're supposed to go down 20. If you've done this correctly, you're going to be right here, and you should be down approximately, not approximately, but exactly 4 degrees, because 16 going down, it takes 16 units to go to 0 and another 4 units to get to 20. So we know that we write it like this. Temperature is negative 4 degrees. So we write it like this. 16 minus 20 is negative 4. So it is 7 degrees Celsius in the afternoon in Denver. It's approximately 45 degrees Fahrenheit just before Thanksgiving, which is the average temperature. Overnight, it drops 15 degrees. So we're going to start at 7 here, and we're going to drop down 15. So we're starting at 7, and we want to bunny hop down 15. And you should be at negative 12. And the reason why is to get to 0, there's 7 units. Excuse me, that's not negative 12, it's negative 8, because that's 10. Negative 8. And then from 0 down, there's another 8 units, which is a total of 15. So we are 8 units below 0. 8 units below 0. So that's going to be negative 8. So it looks like this. 7 minus 15 is negative 8. It is negative 12 degrees in New York around Christmas morning. So we're at negative 12. And by noon, it's going to warm up 17 degrees. So we're going to go bunny hop up 17. So we're starting at negative 12, which is right there, and we're going up 17. And you can see we are at positive 5. Now, why is that? Because to get from negative 12 to 0, there's 12 units. And from 0 to 5, there's 5 units, which gives us a total of 17 bunny hops. So we have here temperature is going to be 5 degrees. So that's negative 12 plus 17 is 5. So that's an example of using negative numbers, adding or subtracting in temperature. Another way we use integers would be elevation. We use positive numbers in elevation for things that are above sea level. We use negative numbers for things that are below sea level. And something that is at sea level is 0. So go ahead and give you an example for 2 of these. I'm only going to do 2 of them and then you do the other. So point A, kind of follow it over here. And it looks to be about halfway between 100 and 200. So we would take a wild guess. It's approximately 150 feet above sea level. So it would be plus 150 feet. Whereas point E here is below sea level. Our sea level's right there is 0. So it looks like point E is at negative 100 feet. That 1 tick mark means feet. So negative 100 feet because it is below sea level. You find the other 3. 1, 2, 3. Pause the video. Do your own work. Welcome back. Turn the page. So here's an example of the coastline of Israel. The Mediterranean Sea is at 0 elevation. That means this mountaintop is going to be a positive elevation. But then it has this dip in land where that's called the Dead Sea is technically below sea level, below the level of the sea, and it's below 1,302 feet. Notice there's a negative sign there. I'd like you to write an explanation. Why is there a negative sign there? A sea lion is swimming at negative 5 feet below sea level. He dives downward 12 feet to chase a fish. What would be the position? 12 feet down. So he's starting at negative 5 feet. And he dives downward 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you see that the position of the sea lion from sea level is 0, from here to here, he's 5 feet down. From here to here, an additional 12 feet down. So he would be at negative 17 feet. So we write it like this: negative 5, dive downward 12 feet is negative 17. Now the fish he's chasing is at 17 feet, so the below sea level. And the fish goes straight up 8 feet to get away from the sea lion. What would be the position of the fish after 8 feet up? So the fish is starting at negative 17 feet below sea level and goes upward 8 feet. So the position there is going to be 9 feet below sea level. Because that's 5 and that's 4. So it looks like this. We're starting at negative 17. When we go upward, 8, and that's going to put us at 9 feet below water. So that's still negative 9. It's negative because it's below 0. The last application of integers is going to be money. This is called a bank ledger. It's the way you keep track of the money in your bank account. So you're going to use the bank ledger to track the amount of money you have in your bank account in the following description. So transaction number 1, you have a part-time job and it pays $400 every 2 weeks. You're going to write down your paycheck. So transaction number 1, paycheck, and you deposit $400 in your bank account. Use your debit card to pay for a week's worth of groceries, which is $80. So it's number 2, groceries. And that is an expense. So technically you're going to minus 80. So in the margin, you're going to go 400 minus 80. And we have to borrow. That becomes 3. That becomes 10. That's 0. 8 from 10 is 2 and a 3. So now we have, after that, we have $320 in our bank account. Transaction number 3, you use your ATM to draw $150 withdraw for a ticket to Great America and the day's expenses. So it's an ATM withdrawal, and you're withdrawing 150. So you take 320 and you're going to minus 150. That's 0. 5 can't be subtracted from 2, so we have to borrow. That's 12 now. So 7 and 1. We have $170 left in the bank account. Transaction number 3, you use Venmo to pay a mechanic $200 to recharge your air conditioner in your car and change your oil. That's number 4. Mechanic, and we are subtracting $200. But we're now going to go below 0 because 100 to 0 is $170. And to get to 200, you have to go down 30 more. So we are now at negative $30, which means we owe the bank $30. We no longer have money in the bank. So after that withdrawal, we have negative $30. When your bank account is above 0, there's a term we use. It's called being in the black. That means a positive amount. That's why I used black here. When you go below 0, that is considered in banking terms to be in the red or to be in debt. That's why I switched to red there. So keep in mind, black is positive in banking. Black is positive above 0. and red is negative below zero. You're going to need that for class.